All right, get ready for this one, folks, because we're diving headfirst into one of the Premier League's most intense rivalries, Manchester United.
Versus Everton.
That's right. We're talking about two clubs with histories as rich and as complex as a perfectly brewed cup of English tea,
You got that right.
but with playing styles that are as different as well.
As different as Manchester and Liverpool, I'd say.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect analogy. So we've got, on the one hand, Manchester United, the Red Devils, a name that I think for most people conjures up
Attacking football.
attacking brilliance, tons of trophies.
A global powerhouse, for sure. Known for their flair, their never say die attitude.
Absolutely.
It's ingrained in the club.
Yeah, and then on the other side, we've got Everton, the Toffees, a little less maybe of a global brand.
Well, I
but
think that's their own thing going.
they do. And for people who don't follow the Premier League super closely, tell me a little bit about what that thing is.
Sure, Everton. Known for their grit, their resilience, that diehard fan
Like
base.
underdog spirit.
Absolutely. Always up for a fight. The classic underdog story, right?
So tell me, how does their new manager fit into this whole equation? Because this is a new element.
Yeah, this is where things get interesting. See, in the past, you might have seen Everton kind of sit back a little bit, try to absorb pressure against a team like Manchester United.
Yeah.
But their new manager, he's shaking things up. He's brought in a more, I'd say, proactive, defensively solid approach.
So less parking the bus, as they say.
Less parking the bus,
Right.
more like, think of a well-organized unit, very disciplined,
Ready to bounce.
ready to pounce on any mistakes that United makes.
Yeah.
They're going to make them. It's football.
Right. So it sounds like they're not just going to be rolling over for the Red Devils.
Not at all. No, not at all.
Yeah.
They're going to be looking to control the rhythm of the game, frustrate Manchester United, and hit them on the break with fast counterattacks. Remember, Everton's got some serious pace on the wings, players who can punish any defensive lapses.
Because when you think of Manchester United and their style, you think
Right.
attacking.
Attacking, you think those fullbacks bombing forward?
Absolutely. So those fullbacks pushing high up the pitch, if Everton can win the ball back, think about those speedy wingers. They can exploit that space left behind. And that creates some really dangerous scoring opportunities.
So it sounds like they're not just hoping for a lucky break. They've got an actual strategy, a game plan in place.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds against a team like Manchester United, who love to press high, win the ball back quickly,
Yeah.
and transition into attack in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
So imagine this. Manchester United fullbacks push high up the pitch to join the attack. But if Everton can win that ball back,
Dangerous.
those wingers
exploit that space.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a high-risk, high-reward situation for both sides.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this tactical battle so exciting.
Yeah.
You've got those two contrasting styles just colliding head-on.
Now, when we say counterattack, what does that actually look like in practice? Paint me a picture. Take me onto the pitch. All right, so let's say Manchester United is on the attack. They're building it up, passing the ball around, probing for that opening. Suddenly, Everton intercepts a pass in midfield. Now, instead of, slowly passing the ball around, boom, they launch a quick, direct pass forward to one of their wingers who's already sprinting into space behind Manchester United's defense.
Okay.
If that winger can control the ball and get a shot off, that's a golden opportunity right there.
Yeah.
It's all about speed, precision.
Yeah, and speaking of a little bit of history in a long game, it's not the first time these two clubs have gone head-to-head, right? There's some serious history here.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking over a century of clashes,
Wow.
legendary matches, moments that have become a part of, football folklore.
Yeah.
It's that shared history,
Right.
that sense of tradition. It adds another layer to these games.
So it's not just about the 3 points.
No, we're talking bragging rights, local pride. It's a chance to etch your name into the history books
Yeah.
of this rivalry.
So we've got these two teams with their contrasting styles. A new manager who's coming in and shaking things up. And this history, this rivalry, that goes way back.
Yeah.
What's not to love? This is already shaping up to be an absolute classic.
And we haven't even gotten to the players yet.
Oh.
We've got some serious talent on display here, both those established stars and some real up-and-comers. I think some players who could really light up this match.
Well, let's not keep them waiting. Let's talk about some of these players. Who are the key individuals, the ones to watch, who could make a difference in this clash of titans?
All right, let's do it.
So give me some names. Who are we watching here? Who should we be keeping an eye on?
Well, on the Manchester United side, You can't ignore Bruno Fernandes, right?
Of course not.
He is the engine of their attack. Pulls the strings, makes things happen.
Absolutely.
World-class talent.
How do you stop a guy like that? Do you man mark him? Do you try to double team him?
It's a tough question. Man marking him is risky because then you're taking one of your players out of the game.
Yeah.
Potentially opens up space for other Manchester United attackers.
Right.
Double teaming him, it could be more effective, but it requires, perfect coordination, communication.
Yeah, everyone on the same page.
Yeah, if they're not on the same page, Fernandes, he'll slip away and
cause chaos.
Chaos, exactly.
So it sounds like Everton's defenders are going to have their hands full trying to contain this guy.
Yeah.
So what about Manchester United's other attacking options? Who else should Everton be worried about?
Well, they've got a very dynamic attack, as we've discussed.
Right.
Their wingers, for example, incredibly quick, incredibly skillful. They can stretch the defense with those runs down the flanks, cut inside, take shots, deliver those dangerous crosses into the box.
Yeah.
And then you got the strikers. Right, they're always kind of lurking around.
Waiting to pounce.
Ready to pounce on any loose ball, any flick-on header from those crosses. It's a multifaceted attack. They can hurt you from a lot of different angles.
So it's not just Fernandes they need to worry about. It's those runs from the wingers, those crosses coming in, and those strikers who are always kind of looking to poach a goal.
It's a tough task for any defense.
Yeah, it sounds like a nightmare.
It can be, especially against a team that can score goals in bunches like Manchester United.
Let's flip the script a little bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about Everton's potential difference makers.
Right.
Who are the guys on that side who could cause problems for Manchester United?
Well, keep an eye on their young striker. He's a bit raw.
Okay.
But he's got incredible pace.
Uh-huh.
And he's got a real knack for finding the back of the net. If he can get in behind Manchester United's defense, he could be a real problem.
Interesting.
And then you've got their midfield enforcer.
Okay.
A player who's known for his tough tackling.
Yeah.
His ability to really break up those attacks
and win the ball back.
Win the ball back, yeah. He'll be crucial in kind of shielding that defense, disrupting Manchester United's flow.
So he's going to be the one who's tasked with trying to stop Fernandes from running the show.
Yeah, you could say that. He'll be tasked with, closing